Good morning, good morning. What a great day it is. I'm so excited. I am the host of Creating a Life of Positivity. As we begin this new year, I pray, God, that all is well with you and your family. It's a new year and we're going to do some exciting things. And today, I have an exciting guest for you. But first of all, this podcast will inspire you. It's going to encourage you to always to be positive, no matter what the situation is and whatever you're going through. There is a positivity in the midst of the situation. So today, I just want to tell you that we have somebody great. We have some great information that will go forward to you all that are looking to do some great things in 2025 that you didn't do in 2024. This is a new year, and so I'm believing that some exciting things are going to happen for you. So I have a guest today. I have someone that can give you some good information to help you along this new journey, because it's a new journey. Every day is something new. So on the podcast, we are not here just to give you information. We're here to give you information that you could use and pass on so that you could have a brighter and a positive future. So I would like to introduce my guest to you. Her name is Danikia Smith. She's a realtor. So just welcome her. And I just know that you're going to be inspired and encouraged about what she has to say, because she has a word for you today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so excited about that I can interview somebody on creating a life of positivity. This is something brand new for me. And as we go on this journey, I thank you for taking your time out today, okay, from your busy schedule, to come and see about little old us so that we could get information. So Ms. Smith is a realtor. So I'll let her just introduce herself to you so that you can get comfortable with the information. Then I'll come back and have some questions, okay?
All right. Well, hello, everyone. As Ms. Cynthia stated, my name is Danikia Smith. I am a licensed realtor. I have been in the industry over 15 years, started out as an investor at the age of 22, went on to purchase many properties, flip properties, rent them out, literally fell in love with real estate. Also then began running into individuals having issues with their credit, and it was stopping them from getting qualified to purchase. So then I decided to get board certified as a credit consultant. So I also provide credit services to individuals across the nation. And I'm also a licensed life insurance agent. So all things financial.
It's just really just exciting.
Yes.
See, the more you know, the more you'll grow and the further you'll go with the information that we have provided for you. So now I have a question for you. Since we enter 2025, this is a new year, everything is going up, food, clothing, or whatever. What is the best time? Is 2025 a good time to buy a house?
So to me, there's no better time than the present time. With real estate, it only goes up in value. It's not going to go down unless something terribly goes wrong with the property. But real estate values either will stay the same or actually increase. So when you talk about when is the best time, there's no better time than the present.
But those that are looking to buy, what do they need to do in 2025? Many people are renting, okay? So can older people buy a house, a younger person, or who would benefit in buying a house?
Okay, so there's no age discrimination when it comes to buying real estate. You can legally buy a home at the age of 18, and no, you're never too old to accomplish the goal of home ownership if that is your goal. As far as what do you need to do? Well, first of all, you need to look at your finances and your income. You need to determine, do you have enough income coming into your household that is going to allow for you to pay this mortgage? Unlike renting, you may get an eviction notice and you may have to leave an apartment. Well, if you go and take out a mortgage and you can't pay it, they're going to take your home. You're going to end up with a foreclosure on your credit. So you're going to damage your credit at the same time.
Oh my God.
And could possibly not be able to buy in a few years after that until you get that assessed. So you want to make sure you have your finances in order. You have filed your taxes.
Okay.
Most lenders are going to ask you for your tax returns for the last 2 years. If you are self-employed, they do have different loan products for you. Things like the bank statement loans, where they'll look at the cash flow of your business to determine how much you can qualify to purchase. Once you determine your finances, then you got to go look at your credit.
Oh, I gotta look at your
Unless
credit.
you buying it all
Okay,
cash.
unless you
now.
want the cash.
Your
Those of you out there that have the cash,
Yes.
you could buy a home and pay cash for
You
it.
absolutely can.
Right.
And
The rest of us that's out there that can't do this, not at this moment, there is a procedure. You can
oh,
go through.
absolutely, absolutely. So
Okay.
you're gonna have to have the income, your tax returns, and then you got to make sure you have the credit score. Now, most people want to know, well, what's the minimum I can get qualified at? Some lenders actually will take a 580 credit score. Some require 620, and then others require a 640. My personal opinion is to get your score as high as possible.
Okay.
Because whether you can qualify at a 580, your interest rate is going to be much higher than someone that got qualified at a 720. So making sure that your credit is intact, you don't have anything negative on there that's going to cause red flags to the lenders. And then lastly, is a few more things you need to do. I actually have a mortgage readiness checklist. I'll give you a link to.
Good.
Yes.
So that's good information.
Yes, and that's free. So you can download it so you'll have your checklist of what you will need to actually get prepared. The last thing I want to mention though verbally is your debt. You should not have a ton of debt. If you have credit cards, you want to make sure those balances are below 30% utilization.
Buy a car. I want to buy a car this year. I want a new car and Christmas finances and things like that. So
I'm glad you brought that up because that's what most people do. Most people own a car before they own a home. And if you're in the market looking for a car and you're looking to finance a car, wait until you get a home.
Oh,
the lenders that tells lenders if they pull your credit and see that you have a car, they're going to assume you prioritize a vehicle over a place to stay. So if things got tight and you had to determine what you were going to pay first, you may lean more towards the car because that's what you got first.
That's right. Some people live in their car, but it's too cold out there. It's like 37 degrees here. So you want to be inside and you want to be comfortable. So I understand about buying a home for a person, say a person that's retired. Is that a good investment for them as a retirement to purchase a home? Absolutely.
Like I said, there's no age, and we actually can't even discriminate for age when it comes to real estate. It's against real estate law. But when you talk about retirement, most retirees are on fixed incomes. Mortgages are typically fixed. The only things that may fluctuate is your taxes and possibly insurance. But when you talk about renting is constantly fluctuating. It can go up.
Yes, it is.
I have rarely seen it go down. It's going to continue to go up.
You're right. And then when you own a home, then you could do whatever you want to do inside of the home, right? And then as renting, you can't nail pictures on the wall or do anything to really enhance somebody else's property.
Yes, that is correct.
And so I realize that sometimes since we're in the beginning of 2025, people have set certain goals and certain structures and stuff that they have set up for themselves. So you're saying to me, buying a home is more important than, say, they did with the Christmas thing, a new car, a diamond ring. There's nothing wrong with that. But your priorities should be in place before you even look into purchasing a home. So if you have all that in order, then how do you find a realtor? Who's there to help you along this journey? Usually they used to have years ago signs up, home for sale, this is for sale, and people were selling their homes on their own. So who do they turn to if they want somebody that they could trust and somebody will be there to show that it's a procedure? You go
absolutely
about that, right?
Absolutely. So you want to make sure that you're dealing with licensed professionals. I stress the word licensed.
That's a good thing,
because there's a lot of people that are perpetrating in the industry and pretending to be things that they're not. You can verify license or licensees by going to the state website, verifying they actually have a license number.
Information.
And then of course, interview. You can go online, even ask people around you, hey, do you know of a good realtor that you can recommend? The best form of marketing, in my opinion, will always be word of mouth, because the person who got great experience from a realtor or any professional, they're going to relay great information. So asking people that you may know, And then if you don't know anyone, so like I'm new inside of a city, you may not know anyone online. But even with online, get you
Yes.
1
Be
to
careful.
3 realtors after you've done your research, and still interview them and ask specific questions,
Okay.
because you want to be represented by someone, of course, that's licensed, that's professional, but also who is honest and
Yes.
has integrity and has your best interest at heart.
Okay, so the realtor has the buyers, the purchaser's best interest.
And you're supposed to have the seller's best interest too if you're
Okay.
representing the seller.
So the realtor actually be the negotiating person
Yes.
between that. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's a great thing. So okay, once we get a realtor, we see the house that we want and everything. So what do we do from that point? What about the down payment? How's that figured out there?
All right.
We have enough money for the down payment with the buyer, the seller is willing to help us with the down payment or whatever. Because some people out there, might think that sometime that has happened. I had purchased a home, and the person actually selling the home did give me toward a down payment, and that was a great thing. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
So before we even step foot at looking at a house, we got to get you pre-approved. So the great thing about interviewing a realtor who has integrity, honesty, they typically have a network of other people with those same standards. And so I would refer them to my lender partners. No, I can't give you just one lender to work with. I would give you the top 3 that I work with, and then you can then decide who you want to apply with. They must provide us a pre-approval before we actually even go out
you
to
have to
see
be
a home.
pre-approved, so you can't just run in all these
No,
houses,
no.
okay.
You can't just call the realtor and say, I
okay.
want to go see a house. They're going to ask you for a pre-approval. And there is something new that just became a requirement in August of last year, is that we must have a buyer broker agreement signed as a realtor before we can show you a home. So you must hire us on paper, understand the terms and conditions for purchasing before we actually step foot. And it's against the law if anyone goes and shows you a home before you sign that document.
Okay, so then that person becomes your realtor.
That's correct.
So if there's any disagreement between you and that realtor, you void that contract out, and you can move on if you feel that that person is but I know that you are a great realtor, you're a great person, and you're looking out for those that are looking in 2025 to purchase a home, whether they are young or whether they are old. Get your credit straight now. Pay all them Christmas debts off and all this stuff here, so that you can share the American dream. And the American dream was to purchase a home.
Yes.
So that you could pass that on to generations and generations and generations, so that they will own a piece of property. And I'm just going to bring this up, during Hurricane Katrina, a lot of people lost their properties because they didn't have clear titles and all this here on their properties. So a lot of people kind of strayed away from doing that. But 2025 is your year to purchase you a brand new home where you and your family, and you could raise your family, even your dog in.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And I want to mention something, because you said clear titles. When you're working with realtors and you're doing a real estate transaction, we are going to work with title companies. So we want to make sure you're purchasing a home that does not have any title issues. That's what the title company does. They do the research on the back end and make sure it's a clear title, make sure there's no issues attached to this property before you buy it, because once you buy it, now you are going to become the owner and owning all the responsibilities that come with that property.
Wow, that's a good thing if you have a realtor, a person that you can trust, somebody that's looking out for your interest to guide you along this journey. So, okay, after you do all that, then how long it takes to get into a home? After we went through all the process, got the credit straight, got what we are pre-approved for, we have found the house, how long does it take that procedure to happen?
So it depends on how quick do you have all your stuff together. So if you got your documents together, the lenders are going to ask you for verification of the information that you're giving them. So on average, though, we can close within 30 to 45 days if you have everything together, all your documents. And then if you're a cash buyer, you can close 7, 14, 10 days. It's less time.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that cash thing. You know what I mean? So you heard that word on creating a life of positivity, and that was to inspire you and to encourage you. So anything else you have to add on to to let them know that you are available, that if anybody is looking, and I know not anybody, there are a bunch of people that are looking in 2025 to purchase a home. So I recommend not only the best realtor in the world, Ms. Danikia Smith, and she's going to give you the information. I just want to, before she come forward, just tell her just how that you can get in contact with her so that she could work for your best interest. And in 30 days, if you got everything straight, you'll be in your brand new home.
Absolutely. So I'm going to provide my booking link for Miss Cynthia so she can place it in the description box. On that link, you're able to schedule free buyer consultation, seller consultation. If you have credit challenges, free credit consultations. There'll also be multiple resources. I have a free home buying course that's also available there. The mortgage readiness checklist. I have a free credit community where I actually give you the tips. If you say, hey, it's not in my budget to pay anyone to assist me with credit, well, I have a free community where I give you the steps for you to do it on your own.
Oh, well, see, I learned something new. I didn't know she had all that information. So now I got it and going with it.
Yes. So you'll have all the information they can book in the link below. Let me also mention, because you mentioned about making sure that you sign that buyer's broker agreement. If you're working with another realtor, you have to sign something. You can't just say, hey, no, I don't want to work with you anymore. I want to now go work with Danikia. I'm going to ask you for that form showing that you've counseled that. Why? Because if you don't counsel that relationship legally, you could be bound to paying two realtors, although you are not working with the other one. So that paperwork is very important.
Well, I just want to thank Ms. Smith for coming by and sharing that home buyers information with us. I just want to thank you I have been encouraged and inspired by the information, because some of that I didn't know. But I thank you for coming on Creating a Life of Positivity. Anytime. So that that word can go forth out there and we can get a lot of people into their homes in 2025. So I want to just thank you.
Thank you.
I want to thank my listeners. I want to thank my subscribers. Do share my channel and do subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you for listening. I thank you for just stopping by and thinking about little old me. Have a positive day. Bye.